I want people to actually hear like the punches. You know what I mean? Because it's a really like important element. I think. You know what I mean? Just take a listen. Sometimes I don't even punch. Like sometimes I'm not even actually punching. I'm just sing. I don't even know what that means. What a freaking ace kicking. Okay, so I want to warn you guys here because I'm doing this for you guys. I'm also risking completely losing every plug the entire way and everything else. A lot on the line here. What an ass kicking. What an ass kicking, Laker fans. I mean, I don't know how else to put it, but what a complete ass kicking. Badass game. Great game. Awesome game. All right. These headphones on here. What a tremendous ass kicking in Las Vegas. I don't bring out this jacket very often. And to be honest with you, I think sometimes maybe I'm a little hesitant to bring out the jacket. You want to use the jacket at the right time. Let's make sure everyone can actually hear me. Does everybody got me here? Everybody's got me. Everybody's got me. No problem. Everybody's got me. I don't really bring out the jacket very often. I got like a Laker fedora that I bring out every once in a while. That's actually at the station, so I got to remember that. But sometimes when I feel like you got a really, 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 really impressive performance, I don't know. I just thought tonight was a little bit different. Lakers absolutely dominate the Pelicans. 133-89 the final score. And the Lakers now find themselves in the championship game coming up. They got a game coming up against the Indiana Pacers coming up on Saturday. And this game literally was not even close. 30-29, the Pelicans had a 1-point lead at the end of the first quarter. A 1-point lead. And I thought, I'm saying to myself, I was even saying in the pregame show on radio, I was talking about this. I'm like, I kind of think this might be a pretty good game, that the Pelicans are playing for something. They're probably excited to get this far. They got CJ McCollum, Zion Williamson, Brandon Ingram. Between those three guys, they're going to drop. They average over 65 points a game between those three guys. Herb Jones is a nice player. Murphy's a nice player. Jose Alvarado is a good player. Valanciunas is going to do his. I'm like, I think this is actually going to be a pretty close game. After the first quarter, I'll give you the Lakers, the score of each quarter after that. 38-24 Lakers, so plus 14. 43-17 in the third quarter. 43-17 Lakers in the third quarter, and then a fourth quarter as well, 23-18. So an absolute ace kicking on display for the Lake Show. Very impressive. Like I mentioned, I do think that this is starting to become a little bit different of a Lakers team, and I've kind of tried emphasizing that as much as I can over the course of the last couple of days or so, at least since Saturday. I was spending some time talking about that I think it's a little bit different predominantly. Chair up a little bit here. I think it's different predominantly because the Lakers are starting to get healthy. So you're starting to see a different Lakers team. You're starting to see a team that could potentially be dangerous. And I think the in-season tournament, listen, you're a fan of the in-season tournament or not, you cannot tell me that today was just a regular season game. It certainly was not a regular season game. That was fantastic. The whole atmosphere was amazing. The TNT ESPN kind of mutual merging of a broadcast I thought was awesome, but I'm going to get into all that in just a little bit. I'm going to read off some of these, a few of these comments here, and then I'm going to start getting into the game. LBJ, bring on the Pacers. Let's go Lakers. See what else we got here. Lakers, let's go. We'd better be ready for Tyrese Halliburton in Indiana. He's really excellent. How about Tyrese Halliburton? It's kind of cool to see, and I'll preview that game in a little bit. It is cool to see. I love seeing another player in a smaller market that doesn't typically get love, get an opportunity to showcase what he is and who he is and how good he is. Tyrese Halliburton did that tonight. I thought part of the win for the NBA tonight was they could highlight other players from other teams that are not always going to get the national spotlight, and Tyrese Halliburton definitely took advantage of that. Okay, let's see what we got here. Salute. Big Slee is about to drop the most in the combo. That combo, sometimes when you come in, I wanted the last time when I did the show last time, and I kind of am working with some new equipment here, so I'm just getting accustomed to it. But I had to unplug the mic when I came in because the plug is plugged into my laptop, and I basically had to do a jump rope skip to get up here. And not too many athletes can do that, but as you guys can tell, just looking at me from the camera, how athletic I am. So I wanted to get the like for me, that's an important skill set right there. I don't know if everybody understands the 1, 1, 1, 2. I don't even know what I'm talking about, but I'm just moving my eyes. You guys know what I'm talking about there. Okay, let's see some more of these comments here, and then we could start really getting into the game. Finally passed as a team really well. Looked like some great team ball. Absolutely. AS, come in and talk to us. Appreciate you being here. Let's see what else we got. Somebody's got, some extra words there. Job not finished. I like that. See what else we got here. A lot of comments tonight. A lot of comments on this Lakers W here. Perfect techniques, Lee. I know, brother. I know. I appreciate that, Okay, so let's get into a few things here, and I want to talk about the actual game here. Spend some time talking about LeBron and everything else. First time you've been here, thank you for being here. If you've been here plenty of times before, welcome to the show. Long running YouTube show that I've had for a while, and always enjoy doing it. Please subscribe to the channel if you don't mind. If you throw up a super chat, 100% going to get read. You don't have to feel obligated to do so, but I will certainly read the super chats. If it's not a super, I'm going to do my best to get to your comments anyways. So let's just talk about the game for a quick second. 133-89. Lakers are starting to play some good basketball. They're 14-9 on the season. Can I take you guys back to the last 3 games for the Lakers? And whether you're listening to me here or on the radio shows or anything like that, I've really been trying to highlight the last 2 games for the Lakers specifically. What I'm trying to highlight for the Lake Show is that in these last 2 games for the Lakers before this one, they're getting healthy. And what's coming with health? Depth. And what's coming with depth? The ability to play the right guys rather than play guys out of luxury, not necessity. And those are the things that are really, really sticking out to me in these last couple of games. The Lakers are supposed to be a defensive team. When you have guys like Jared Vanderbilt on your team, Cam Reddish, Anthony Davis, arguably the best defensive player in the NBA, Max Christie, you got guys that are willing and able to play defense. You got guys that are okay picking guys up full court. Gabe Vincent, but obviously he hasn't been around to play. When you got guys like that to go with LeBron and D'Lo and Rui and AD on offense and everything else, we have not got to see the Lakers showcase that yet. And I think that's been the one thing that's been most disappointing so far is, do we really know what this Lakers team is? I think this is a much better iteration of what this Lakers team is. Look at these last 3 games. They played the Rockets on Saturday. They gave up 97 points. That's really impressive in the NBA. They played the Phoenix Suns with Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, 2 dudes that can go off 60 combined in their sleep, maybe 70 or more when those two are at their best. Scored 103. The Pelicans, after the first quarter, they put up 30 in the first quarter. They didn't score 60 more the rest of the game. Do the math. Scored 59 the rest of the game. 59 between the final 3 quarters. A 24, a 17, and an 18. Lakers have defenders on this team, willing and able. It was nice to see. I'm trying to look here. even Rui starting to get an opportunity to kind of get his feet under him is nice to see. But individually for the Lakers, they demoralized the Pelicans, especially to close out that second quarter. I'm getting to LeBron in just a second. But the Lakers subbed out Braun. I think they were up 10. And then next thing you know, Ingram's at the line, and it's a 2-point game, maybe a 1-point game, something like that. And then they sub Braun back in. Basically, in the time that Braun was out, Lakers lost their lead. From that moment, which was about maybe 3 minutes left to go in the first half, it was a complete rout from there, and the Lakers' defense was everywhere. I know 133 points is a lot. I know the Lakers hit a ton. What they hit from the three-point line? 17 of 35, almost shot 50% from three. I know that's incredibly impressive. I'm not telling you that we're going to be able to that's something that they're going to repeat on a night in, night out basis. I don't think that's going to happen, obviously. But defensively for me, for the Lakers, is how the Lakers are going to have an opportunity to really go up against the elite of the elite in the NBA. And I thought the Lakers obviously were able to do that. We're able to do that tonight. And that to me is going to start becoming the theme of what this Lakers team is. The theme of this Lakers team's got to be on the defensive side. And these last three games, I do not think it's a coincidence. I brought this up to Michael when we were doing the pregame show. I do not think it's a coincidence that I certainly don't think it's a coincidence that the Lakers all of a sudden, because they're getting some of their key players back, because they're getting players back that they really, really, really believe are supposed to be defensive minded, I don't think it's a coincidence that all of a sudden they're playing some defense. Okay. Can we talk about LeBron for a second? Anybody have a problem with me talking about LBJ? This dude. I mean, ridiculous. Like, honestly, I'm not 100% sure how else to describe him. I sent out a tweet. I don't think people liked my tweet, but I stand by it. I stand firm by my tweet. I said LeBron has beat Father Time. Okay? And I think some people took it a couple different ways. I said Father Time has taken its first L. And then people think I jinxed LeBron. I don't think they understand what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is if LeBron doesn't play another game for the rest of his career, he's beat Father Time. He has. I heard LeBron, maybe it was after the Suns game, where he's talking about how he was looking to, I think he was saying something like he's trying to hand Father Time its first, whatever he was saying, it was something along those lines. I'm like, you already won, bro. You already won. You're about to turn 39. You're still the best player on the floor every night. He was the best player in that last game that the Lakers played the Suns with Devin Booker, with Anthony Davis, and with Kevin Durant on the floor. He was the best player tonight with Anthony Davis and Zion Williams and Brandon Ingram. He's the best player basically every single night. Okay, there's going to be some occasional nights, right? Jokic on the floor, Embiid on the floor. What kind of games are they having? He's just incredible. Incredible. Let me read you Braun's stat line real quick. 30 points, 8 assists in 23 minutes of play. He was 9 of 12 from the field. 9 of 12. What is that? 70-something%? And how about this? In 23 minutes of play, this might be his most ridiculous stat of everything. In 23 minutes of play, Braun was a plus 36. What? Braun is plus 36 in 23 minutes of play? If you said, hey, Al, go out on a basketball floor. Okay? Stay with me here. Al, go out on a basketball floor. There's nobody else out there. We're going to let you be on the basketball floor for plus 23 minutes. Or I'm sorry, for 23 minutes by yourself. I think I'd be plus 18, something like that. All I got to do is just hit layups for 23 minutes. I think I'd be plus 24. This dude was plus freaking 36 in 23 minutes of play in his 21st season in the NBA and everything else that comes with it. He was great. He was incredible. I loved, I was talking a little bit about ESPN and how TNT and them, they had Candace Parker and Doc Rivers was part of the crew. Really good crew, actually. And even earlier, what they were doing as well with Doris and Reggie Tonight was a unique night for the NBA. Very, very, very unique night. But it also gave you an opportunity to hear some different voices with some perspectives that you don't really see connecting together, collaborating together. Appreciate LeBron. A lot of times they were talking about, oh my gosh, look what he's doing right now. The crowd in Vegas doesn't get opportunities to see regular season games in the NBA. They get to see preseason games, right? Maybe you guys have gone to some of these preseason games. I've had some opportunities to go to Vegas for preseason games. You can't mimic an NBA regular season game in the preseason, right? Already the regular season games, you're like, wow, there's 82 of them. Do all these even matter? This was unique because you got to see Bron on full display in a semifinal game in Las Vegas, where there was already a game earlier that had Lillard and Giannis, and you got to see commentators talk about him in a little bit more unique way. You got to see a fan base that was watching a Lakers game from Vegas, not at Crypto or not a regular road game. Just the whole thing was very unique. And what does Bron do? He delivers on the highest stage. It's not even close. This is what LeBron does. No surprise, no shock. But you can just kind of take a step back and appreciate the man for what he was doing. It wasn't just Bron tonight as well. It was really, 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 really nice to see Taurean Prince hit some buckets. I think a lot of people have kind of said, all right, with Taurean Prince, he's getting pulled out of the starting lineup, right? Once Jared Vanderbilt. Well, I don't know if he's even played over 15 minutes. So it seems like he's on a minutes restriction. They're being very precise with how they're using him. Why not? It's a marathon. It's not a sprint. And I think the way that they've been using him strategically is the right way to use him. And I think obviously to see Taurean Prince kind of help himself and grow some confidence and everything else, the guy's been struggling from the field a little bit better these last couple of games, but I really, really liked seeing him get to his 15 points, hit 5 3-pointers for Lakers. He was with a stretch where he was so bad from the 3-point line. So that was great to see. AD, I was reading a lot of tweets of people kind of complaining about Anthony Davis and his play because he wasn't ultra aggressive. He didn't really need to be. Can I tell you something? 16 points, 15 rebounds, only took 10 shots, got to free throw line 8 times, 2 steals, 2 block shots. Lakers were fine. Offense wasn't a problem. It wasn't a problem. Yet almost every player on the Lakers starting lineup scoring double figures except Cam Reddish, who had 9 points. I thought D'Lo was very efficient, had some nice buckets. He chipped in with 14. Austin Reeves, it's actually a really, really great time to see Austin Reeves doing what he's doing, because any chatter or conversation what happened to Reeves, is it because of the FIBA World Cup? Could have been. Is it because he got paid? I don't think anybody really thought all of a sudden Austin Reeves is going to stop trying. But whatever it is, for the last 30 days or so, maybe a little bit smaller of a short sample size, it's been really nice. He's been effective. He's starting to do the little things again. Assists tonight for Austin Reeves, he had 7. Rebounds tonight, he had 5. And then he had the 17 points, 5 and 9 from the field, and hit 50% of his threes. So, listen, as good of a performance as you could have asked for from the Lakers. And I personally believe that the Lakers are starting to turn a little corner here. That the team that we were all accustomed to, that we wanted to see, that we talked about in the offseason, is starting to come to fruition a little bit. Not a lot, but a little bit. And that's all I think you need right now to start growing some momentum and everything else. Let me look at one thing here. I think I've mentioned this to you guys before, scheduling wise. This is already just in the month of December. They beat Houston, chance to make the playoffs, or at worst a play-in tournament team. Phoenix, definitely a playoff team. New Orleans, again, chance to be a play-in team, potentially a playoff team. And then they still got this month. They'll play the Pacers, obviously on Saturday, but they still got this month at Dallas, at Minnesota, at OKC, at Minnesota again, at New Orleans. Got some good tests coming up for this Lakers schedule, which I think is great. I'd love to see if they could kind of continue some of this momentum in December, and they're playing good opponents, which is a good thing. And then they also got games against the Knicks and the Celtics at home. So Something to keep in mind there. What the hell's going on in these comments here? I haven't seen anything yet. Let's take a look here. I'm coming back, guys. I'm back. My apologies. Took off for a second. Wouldn't shut up. And now I'm ready to come back to my people. Damn. A lot of comments. Appreciate the interaction. Thank you. All right. Let me see what you guys think of what's going on right now. Long live the king. Impressive. I mean, that's all I could continue to say. It's just I don't know. I don't know what else to say. Like, I really don't. Like, there are times, I've said this before. We bitch and complain about, Bron over things, and I do it too. I say, okay, come on, Bron, stop dribbling the ball. Are you just going to dribble? Is everybody just going to watch LeBron? All this stuff. Guy's incredible, man. There's not really too many things you could say about him. Prince, few games in a row hitting threes. Need it. Got to have it. I think the best thing to kind of point out when it comes to Taurean Prince, and I know I've talked about this, you don't need Taurean Prince playing 35 minutes a game, and the Lakers had to play him 35 minutes a game. Watch, he probably played, what he played tonight? 23. Does that not sound like a perfect number for Taurean Prince? 23 minutes, something like that, 25 minutes? The thing that the Lakers, I'm sure they desperately want, we want to play Taurean Prince because he's playing good basketball and he's hitting the shots. We don't want to play Taurean Prince because we have no choice but to play Taurean Prince. And I think there's been some games where that's been the case. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I didn't even know this. So Chuck picked the Pelicans. I will tell you this. I really thought the game was going to be a lot closer. I genuinely thought the game was going to be a lot closer, and it certainly wasn't at all. Couple supers here. By the way, thank you. Greatly appreciate the supers. I appreciate the support to the channel, so thank you. Our defense is back. This is Hoser, if I said that right. Our defense is back. Are you going to watch a game against the Pacers in person? Great question. I'm not sure yet. So it's a little bit difficult with tonight was going to be very difficult because I got my radio show in the morning and there's just a lot to coordinate to get out there and make sure that the radio show is plugged in properly, that the sound is good and everything else. However, for Saturday, I'm going to have to try to figure it out. I got TV tomorrow night at Spectrum. I got tomorrow night. So maybe Saturday morning I just fly out. But I got to coordinate some stuff because I got, obviously the pregame show that I'm going to be doing. So I'll get back to you on that one. Thank you for the super. And our defense is back. You're right about that. Francis, appreciate the super. Great win. We need to do better boxing out for rebounds. Also, I'll be at the game this Saturday. Heck, I might have to defend Halliburton if needed. Francis, we appreciate your sacrifice to the team. Like the fact that you're willing to say, get me a couple minutes on Tyrese. What do you need? 6, 7, 8 minutes? If it's working, maybe I go 9, 10, 11 minutes. So we appreciate that there from you. Lakers are tied with the Celtics for most wins versus teams above 500. Is that a real stat? Can that be right? Because they were just 5-9 versus teams over 500 after they lost to OKC. So they've won 3 games in a row. I'll have to look. I'm not 100% sure about that, but I believe you. I trust you, so I'm going to roll with it. Thank you, Cyclones 1055. Let me just look at one thing real quick. Where are the Lakers now in the West? Yeah, back to 4th. 14-9. 14-9. Denver's at number 3 at 14-8. I want another crack at the Denver Nuggets. I'd love to see the Lakers play then, in a little bit. They just let's get a little bit more time. Let's start gelling a little bit more on the defensive side. I think it's going to be good to see the Thunder again too. They're going to get some teams this month that I think are going to be good barometers. Hey, Christmas. The Boston Celtics are 15-5. Now they did lose their last game to the Pacers, so there's another good one that we could look at too. Okay. Get another one of these. Alan, awesome show. Where do the Lakers rank in defense now? Keep up the great work. Alex, I appreciate it. Team defensive rating, it's not going to be updated. I'm going to see if I could try to find that. It's not going to be updated after this game. So I don't know if no, they got him at 14-9. I think it was updated. Tied for 4th in the NBA. Or is that winning? No. Take that back. Let me do defensive rating. 7th. Lakers defensive rating right now is tied for 6th with the Clippers. So that's where you want to be. I mean, at the end of the day, it's awesome. It's great. You put up 133 points. Teams that play defense are the teams that eventually win. Spectrum's got a stat going on right now. Fewest minutes played in 30-point games since 1982. LeBron, this is for the Lakers, 23 minutes, 30 points. Nick Young's on that list, surprisingly. Byron Scott, Shaq, Kobe. How about Kobe? Played 26 minutes in 2003 and dropped 32. Like it's nothing. Okay, so there are some comments there. I appreciate you guys doing that. Let me find some more comments here. That was all LeBron. He was this game just dictating the flow of the game from the jump. He was. And that's why I think I continue to go back to what I was saying before. It's not just Bron being Bron. I love the environment that he was doing it in. I love that everything was so unique about what was going on. I love all that. I thought all that was great. I'm a fan of the tournament. I don't need any more incentives to watch. Okay, let's. I got a lot of comments here. I'm going to keep getting into them. Let's talk the tournament real quick. So coming into the game, I thought some pretty good hype. Pretty good hype. Okay, it's a semifinal game. Listen, this might just be because the Lakers are in it, for all I know, right? Like, I'm not 100% sure if this is because the Lakers are in it or it's because this is just all completely new. Maybe it's a little bit of everything. But the in-season tournament, let me just tell you what's happened since this in-season tournament started. I'm going to take you from the beginning to where we're at today. First, the conversation was, what the hell is this thing? Why are they doing it? Then the conversation was, okay, so wait a minute. They still count towards the regular season. Okay, what's the incentive? The players are going to get $500,000. Why should I care if the players are going to get $500,000 more? They're multimillionaires. Should I really be that invested if that's going to be the case? Then the news starts coming out. Look at the courts. Look at the jerseys. What the hell's going on here? Okay, we know that these are all in-season tournament games because of the court, because of the jerseys. Okay, let's just kind of keep adding to the mix here. Group play starts. A little bit confusing. You're starting to get a little bit of understanding what it was. Lakers blow their group away. You start looking at, okay, point differential matters. Certainly some things I think need to be tweaked. The Oklahoma State Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves had the 2 best records in the West, and they didn't advance to the final 8 teams. I don't know if that makes any sense. And then we get to the quarterfinals. Then we get to the semis. And today was the first time we got to consume 2 games in one night in the NBA at one arena. We got to consume this merging of ESPN and TNT. Whoever thought of that, great idea. And then we got to kind of have this extra spotlight on games in November and December. I know I don't need to tell you guys, but where is all the attention usually in November and December? NFL football, college football, the conference championships. That's where all the attention is. NBA grabbing attention. What do they usually say? The NBA, the playoffs don't start until Christmas. Or I'm sorry, the NBA doesn't start until Christmas. I think it started earlier this year. Now, to be honest with you, what could easily happen is once this is all said and done, then it just goes back to regular season games and the drama is done. But I still think mission accomplished. I really do believe that. I still think mission accomplished. No matter what happens from here, mission accomplished. It's the best way that I can put it. When the Lakers play with heart, this is the result. Let's see. Milwaukee hasn't found its chemistry on a consistent basis, but it's work in progress. By the end of the season, they might figure it out. Yeah, Bucks are a little bit interesting, huh? I have not spent too much time looking at other teams. They're still 15-7. So while they're figuring it out, they still got a great, great record. They're showing Austin Reeves right now in season tournament, 17 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists. Reeves is back. I got Reeves looking confident again. Reeves is looking good again. Austin Reeves looking like Austin Reeves. What more really is there to say? See what else we got here. Cautiously, their defense won the game. It really is. It's very, 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 very encouraging to see their defense do what they're doing. I know you guys are literally going to get sick of me saying that, but that's how you win. It's so funny. Like, get a chance. So Michael Thompson, when I do the pregame show with him, this guy's like a freaking. Think about how knowledgeable and how many games this man has watched over his career, after his career, as an analyst, watching his son, everything else. He's like, when he said this about Kobe and Shaq, he said this about the Showtime era, he said this with the Golden State Warriors team that has Kevin Durant and Steph Curry and all these guys. Everyone was so intrigued with their offense. They won because they locked down on defense. That's how they won. They locked down on defense. Chuck didn't guarantee, but he still got it wrong. Yeah, I got to give Chuck credit. He doesn't give a flying what comes out of his mouth. And even if he's wrong, we all love him. He's fantastic. Slee got his warm-ups on, waiting for coach to put me in. I got to be honest with you. Right now, I could rip off. I got the warm-ups all the way down. I'll rip them off right now. I'll go run 2-on-2, 3-on-3 right now. You guys pick the court. Where are we going? I won't even stretch. I'll just get on the court. I'll rip off my warm-ups and I'm ready to go. What do you need? Want a little Euro step? Let me know. Want me to get a little crossover in there? Just let me know. I'm ready to go. Right hand, left hand, it doesn't matter. I haven't played basketball in a long time. Since, you know what it was? Since COVID. Once COVID kind of shut down all the hoops and everything else, it kind of took everything else away. A lot of really, really good comments on here. Starting to enjoy Lakers basketball again. Hello from Athens, Greece. If you go to Vegas, maybe you should take part in a boxing match. Kostas, that's a great point. It's an excellent, excellent point. Yeah, I'm going to see about Vegas. I'm going to try to see if I can make that happen. There's a lot of stuff that I'll have to coordinate, but if I can make it happen, I'm going to go. I'm going to be there. This one kind of threw us all off by surprise, whether they get there and how it was all going to work. So anyways, we'll see what I can do. Let's do a quick little roll call. So come in here. If you want me to give you a shout out, what city that you're tuning in from, what state that you're tuning in from, what country that you're tuning in from. The beauty here with Laker fans is they're everywhere. And, this is obviously one of the great platforms that you can talk to Laker fans everywhere. Sliwa, we miss you in Vegas. I appreciate that, brother. Thank you very much. Appreciate all the supers, guys, all the comments, no matter how they're getting here. I appreciate that. Okay. Is it up here? There we go. Finally got one. Finally got it right here. Underdog Fantasy is an official partner of this channel. So for those who don't know, I've had this channel for a long time, but this is really kind of the first time that I'm trying to really, really put more resources into it. And I want to grow the channel. I love talking Lakers basketball, so it's important to me. Underdog Fantasy, they're supporting this, right? They are a partner of this channel. And every single game, I make my picks. I just kind of go through what picks that I'm going to make. I'm always picking the upcoming day that's coming. So let me make my picks here real quick with you guys, and I could submit these in. It's really easy, very, very easy. And the great thing is if you use my code HoopsLA, they'll match your first deposit of up to $100. So just keep that one in mind. Look how easy it is. You go pick them, which I'm already at. I go pregame as in a game coming up tomorrow. I go NBA because that's what I do. I like the NBA. Let me see all the games going on. I'm going to try to find a game that I find interesting where I think you guys will find. That's a good game right there. How about Golden State OKC? Steph Curry, higher or lower than 28.5 points? I'll go higher. No, I'm going to go lower. I think OKC's got a good enough defense where they could lock down. Let's go Shea. Let's just go the two big guys. I think they're smart enough, even though what they struggle against Portland yesterday too. I'm going to go lower on both of these guys. Shea is 30.5 points. All you do from there is put in your bet, $10, pays you up to $30. If you get both right, I hit submit. If this is something that you like doing, you like DFS, try Underdog Fantasy, put my code in HoopsLA, official partner here of my Hoops Talk podcast. Okay, get rid of that right there. Thank you for being a part of that. All right, let me read a couple more comments here, and then I want to talk about the game. Actually, let me start doing this. Lakers got a game coming up on Saturday versus the Pacers for the in-season tournament championship. Lakers got a chance to be in-season tournament champions. Okay, let me kind of just, for those, to give everybody a quick idea of the Pacers right now. They're 12-8 on the year. Obviously playing some good baseball. Really good baseball team, the Pacers. They're playing some good basketball. Can I tell you guys the last 3 wins for the Indiana Pacers? They're on a 3-game winning streak. Here are the 3 games that the Pacers have won to put themselves in this position for the in-season tournament. They won at Miami, put up 144 points, by the way. They won against the Boston Celtics by 10. Porzingis wasn't in there, but still impressive. They won by 10. And then this road game against the Milwaukee Bucks, they won 128-119. Milwaukee, Boston, and Miami are the last 3 wins for the Indiana Pacers. Man, that is so impressive. That is so impressive. I like new stories. I like teams that are not expected to make all that much noise. I like players that don't get enough shine and love. A fan of the NBA. And I think it's always a cool story. I'm not a, it's got to be just the big markets. No, I genuinely, that's not how I feel. I'm a fan of what the Pacers have just put together. And I can't sit here and tell you I know every single thing about the Indiana Pacers, but 12-8 in the Eastern Conference. They've won 3 games in a row against 3 legitimate teams that can come out of the Eastern Conference. The 2 favorites and the 1 team that was representing the East last year. And they got a player. You guys have heard me talk about Shai Gilgeous, how much I love Shai, and how it's so unique to watch that player play, and how this guy is going to be in MVP talks and conversations over the next few years. Tyrese Halliburton this year is 27 points and 12 assists a game. The man is 27 and 12 a game. By the way, gets about 4 rebounds a game as well. Gets a steal as well. I know Halliburton doesn't play for a sexy team. I know he doesn't play for the Lakers, or he doesn't play for the Warriors, or doesn't play for Boston, or pick any big market team. But the man is real deal. And he's getting an opportunity right now to do something on a stage where a lot of people are watching. And instead of, sometimes the lights get bright and you fold a little. Tyrese Halliburton's not folding. Tyrese Halliburton looks as good as any player in the NBA right now. They got this thing right now on Spectrum where they're pointing at Bron and they're pointing at Tyrese, and they're just kind of showing their stats from tonight. Tyrese is very, very impressive, but Tyrese can't beat the Lakers on his own. Miles Turner is on this team. I feel like Miles Turner has played a season and a half for the Lakers because of how many times he was in trade talks for the Lakers. Buddy Hield, obviously a part of this team as well. Buddy Hield and Miles Turner, like if I went to the game Saturday and I saw them, I'd probably say, hey, how you been? So great to see you, even though I've never met them before, because I feel like I've been talking about those 2 players as if they've been on the Lakers for 3 years. See what I'm saying here? Remember when Buddy Hield did that big shot for the Lakers? No, because he never played for the Lakers. But I feel like he has. So they're players. Tyrese Halliburton, Miles Turner, Buddy Hield. Obi Toppin is on that team. Oh, yeah, Bruce Brown. That's right. Bruce Brown from the Denver Nuggets is part of that team as well. Aaron Naismith, I think it is. TJ McConnell, I saw him running around all day today. That's kind of what that player does. Go for the Pacers. Impressive. 12-8. 12-8, and like I said, what they're doing and the teams that they beat is very, very impressive. Okay, let's see what else we got here. I cannot catch up on these comments, by the way. D'Lo came through in a big game. AD dominated. Braun reminded everyone AR-15 changed his government name to him. That's awesome. Great comment there. By the way, if you're tuning in live or you end up, I know we get a lot of people that end up tuning in later on. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Okay, find a couple more of these here. What should Vegas's team name be? Thank you for the super brother. I think Kings. Can't be Kings. You already got Sacramento. What did somebody say to us? Hit us on Twitter. Hit me and Michael up on Twitter. He said Dealers or something like that. I can't remember what he said. I don't know what it should be. I'm just going to tell you that whatever it is, 1,000%, they got a team coming soon. I think we all know that. Team's coming. Next couple of years. I'm really, really happy to get I want Seattle to get a team. I think that's important for the NBA, and it looks like Vegas is lined up to get the other team as well. Okay. Sliwa looking like an 80s breakdancer. More like 1992. Okay, let's get a couple more of these, and then I'm going to do some quick little roll call here. Santa Fe, New Mexico. Appreciate you being a part of the show. Rochester, New York. Corona, the Netherlands. New Hampshire. Diamonds and the Bars, also known as Diamond Bar. Colorado Springs, Redondo Beach. Melbourne, Australia. Thank you for tuning into the show. Las Vegas in the house, home of the in-season tournament. Simi Valley, Brazil, Moscow, Singapore. Let's see what else we got here. Maryland is here. Lake Forest, Toronto. Thank you for being a part of the show. Woodland Hills, University of Newcastle, Riverside, La La Land, University of Newcastle, Australia. Make sure I put that in there. Anaheim in the house. Click the wrong one. Anaheim in the house. Laguna Niguel in the house. I appreciate you guys being a part of the show. Look at this. Guadalupe, Mount Vernon, El Toro, California all day. So cool. I love seeing where everybody's tuning in from. Watts in the house. When we do roll call, if Lakers win, by the way. Only if Lakers win. Okay. A lot here. Austin, Texas. Vegas, loud and proud. Louisville. Okay. Athens, Greece in the house. Thank you for tuning in. Okay, so if you guys got anything else you want me to hit on, got any questions or anything like that, put it on the comments right now. I got really one or two things left, and then we're going to call it a night. East LA in the house. Appreciate you guys being a part of it. Long Beach, thank you for being a part of it. So the only thing I think I'm going to go with from here, I'm not trying to tell you that the in-season tournament, we're going to remember, oh my gosh, you know what? The Lakers didn't win an NBA championship, but you know what they won? They won an in-season tournament. I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think anybody's asking for that to happen. But I do think that we got this far, right? I mean, clearly, the Lakers cared about the in-season tournament when the group stage started. They were plus 70 something from the get-go. And I can't tell you what the motivation is, but I can tell you that these games count as regular season. So what I can tell you is that for every win that the Lakers get, you're looking at the NBA standings and you're saying, okay, very nice. Lakers are top 4. So whether those are in-season games or they're not, they're obviously important games. They've also crushed teams in the in-season tournament, which tells you they can kind of turn it on when they need to. And maybe this has more to do with also some of the competition, has more to do with players getting healthy, coming back, at least definitely these last couple of games. But you're there. Might as well win the whole damn thing. I will tell you the Pacers will be ready to go. They're obviously playing for something. They're looking at the Lakers too, saying, wait a minute, we just beat Miami, Boston, and Milwaukee. Let's add the Lakers to that list. No one's saying that this in-season tournament, if they win the in-season tournament, that Genie is going to put the trophy next to the other 17 trophies that the Lakers have. Of course, that's not going to happen. But you're in the championship game. Might as well make it happen. And that means the Lakers are now guaranteed to play at least 83 regular season games. Because remember, the two teams that make it to the finals, there's only two teams that end up playing 83 games. All right, see if we got anything else here, and then we're going to call it a night. Need to keep that same energy. It's a good thing for the Lakers to have gotten this far. Great point by David Sabatini. This is definitely the hardest I've seen the NBA teams play in December ever. Storied franchise, another bit of a story to add. Okay, I think we got through everything tonight, Laker fans. Lakers dominate the Pelicans 133-89. Defense looking good. Lakers looking good. It's 3 wins in a row. And they got a in-season championship game coming up Saturday in Las Vegas, and the Lakers got a chance to win the whole in-tournament thing. And more importantly, just as important, just add another. Actually, no, this game wouldn't go towards the regular season. Yeah, I don't think this one goes to the. Actually, I know it doesn't go towards the regular season. So go win the damn thing, because this isn't going to be based on the regular season, anyways. Appreciate you guys being a part of the show. I got my radio show tomorrow morning. If you guys would like to tune in. ESPN LA, so feel free to tune in there, and I'll come back here and make this happen Saturday. Now, where I'll be on Saturday, I have no idea. Either I'll be sitting right here or I'll be at a hotel in Vegas. One way or the other, we'll try to make it happen. Thanks for tuning in, guys. Have a great rest of your night. Lakers dominate the Pelicans. Get the hell off the stream. Off the stream. I'll wait. Literally wait. I have 257 right now. I need you guys all go. 67, 57, 257. Get off my stream. All right, I'm out of here. Nobody's leaving. We'll see you guys.